Just a few years ago, new student pilots were able to apply for both their FAA medical certificate and student pilot certificate using the same system. Due to the complex nature of these documents, the FAA has divided them into two separate systems. To complete a medical certificate, pilots now use the FAA MedExpress website. For the student pilot certificate, students use the FAA IACRA website. This short tutorial covers the FAA medical certificate process. For information on IACRA, you can find a link to our tutorial in the description below. The FAA MedExpress system allows anyone requesting an FAA medical clearance or medical certificate to electronically complete an application. Information entered into MedExpress is available to your FAA Designated Aviation Medical Examiner, or AME, for review at the time of your medical examination. All medical certificates will be issued through MedExpress via the AME. The FAA has developed a list of disqualifying medical conditions. If you have one of these conditions, please let us know so we can help determine the best options for you before completing a medical certificate. A special issuance may allow you to fly, but can come with limitations. Visit the link you see here or in the description. Examples of these conditions are, but not limited to, bipolar, diabetes requiring hypoglycemic medications, epilepsy, pacemaker, psychosis, substance abuse, transient loss of CNS control. It is required that all students have a third-class medical certificate from an AME prior to commencing flight training at California Aeronautical University. A basic med does not qualify. We require that you complete your certificate prior to arrival at CAU. The following provides step-by-step directions on completing your application. It is encouraged for students to apply for a first-class medical certificate to ensure you meet commercial aviation requirements. Before starting, you will need to disable any pop-up blockers. Failure to do so will make completing your application difficult, as a few of the action buttons open new windows. Step 1. Open the link you see here or visit the link in the description and select MedExpress. Once on the FAA MedExpress homepage, click Request an Account underneath the login information. To create an account, ensure you have entered your name as it appears on your driver's license and/or passport. Your name must appear as it does on your identification. Use an email address that you have regular access to. You will need to confirm your email address in a couple moments. Enter 3 security questions and answers. Read and accept the terms of service. And temporary password instructions will be sent to your email in which you have provided. After you have completed the registration page, check your email. You should receive an email that looks like this on the screen. Click the link to complete the registration process. Once the web page loads from the link that you have clicked, agree to the terms of service. You will be prompted to set a new password. It must be between 8 and 20 characters, contain at least 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, 1 number, and 1 special character. Once you have logged in using your new login information, click the link for the Form 8500-8 to start a new medical application. The first 3 questions regard employment. For students, select All Other for question 1 and Airman Medical Certificate for the last question. Review and accept the Patient Bill of Rights. For your personal information, it must appear exactly as it does on your driver's license and/or birth certificate for questions 3 through 9. For question 10, new student pilots should select None if you do not currently hold a student pilot certificate, or select Student if you have already received your student certificate in the mail. Question 11 and 12 should be your current occupation and employer. If none, type None. Question 13 through 16 only apply if you've had previous flight training. If you are currently on medications daily to include over-the-counter medications such as allergy meds, you will need to list them for question 17. Ensure you have entered the medical information to include dosage and frequency used. Here are examples of the first few questions. MedExpress does update their database frequently, and these screens may change from the time at which this presentation was made. For question 17, it may be divided into two sections, Alpha and Bravo. For Alpha, list any medications to include over-the-counter. For Bravo, you will enter if you use corrective lenses, i.e. glasses. Question 18 regards your medical history. For any yes, you will have a chance to explain later. Question 19 regards any visits to doctors, urgent cares, or hospitals in the last 3 years. Item 20 is asking your permission to run a national driver registration investigation through the DMV. This national check looks at items that may or may not disqualify you, such as a DUI or drug offenses. It is imperative that you list any prior offenses on your application. Click Submit My Application and enter your password to complete the submission. Once submitted, it will give you a confirmation number. You will need to copy this number down to provide it to the examining facility in order to receive your application during your exam. For the medical examination, you will need to locate an AME or Aviation Medical Examiner in order to complete your application. You will set an appointment with the physician in order to review your application, perform basic hearing test, vision test, and a general physical. This is not your family doctor and must be an AME. To locate an examiner, visit the link you see here on your screen or in the description of this video. Click Search for an Aviation Medical Examiner, and from the drop-down select AME. Select Location Search. Enter your state as a minimum. For better results, narrow your search by entering additional information. You do not need to check any of the 3 boxes at the bottom. If the search yields no results, try searching with less information to provide additional details. For example, search only CA for the state, leaving all other fields blank. Review the list and for the AME of your choice. Copy the information down to include the designee's name, address, and phone number. You will need to contact their office to facilitate an appointment. For detailed information on specific questions for your application or troubleshooting different areas, you can visit the link you see on your screen or in the description of this video. If you are going to be a CAU student, feel free to contact our admissions department with any questions you may have.